Welcome to Tips for Clips. Today I'll be turning my hair from this to this using this. Here are my Tips for Clips clippers. I'm attaching the number 4 guard here in the short position. This is a closed or short position. And very simply, I'm just going to blend my sides into the longest hair on top. There's nothing to it. You don't even really need a handheld mirror for this, but I'm using it here just to show you. Very simple, basic step. And same with the next step, a number 3, also in the closed position. And I'm just going to go right under that. So you don't want to go up past where you went with the number 4. Although with these long lengths here, it's pretty difficult to mess it up. So just trying to blend into the longest hair on top. And that'll give us the framework and the basis by which to continue our fade. 24/7 Groomed has a new product out that's going to help us fade the back of our hair right now. This band here is really comfortable, adjustable, not awkward at all, and it ensures really good precision because you don't have to keep moving it throughout the haircut, and it still maintains tension the whole time. First, we're going to attach this right on, strap it onto our head, and this is going to help me really easily fade the back. This is perhaps the most difficult part of the whole haircut, and 24/7 Groomed here is helping us figure out how to do that on your own. And my clippers are in the short lever position, the closed position, and there's nothing to it. I have a straight line with the product that I've attached, and so all I do is cut everything underneath that line. And if you wanted to shape up your neckline, you could use a 3-way mirror, press down on the template with one hand, and cut with the other. Next, we'll be going midway point on the lever. I have 2 notches here on the Tips for Clips clippers, and we will move just 1 notch up on the 24/7 Groomed headpiece. And I'm just doing the same exact thing. This is actually going to end up being a really nice fade because of it. Just going up just a bit, very incrementally. Another notch up on the self haircut template, and now the lever is in the long or opened position. So this has all been with no guards or no attachments. I went closed, then halfway, and now long or opened. And now I'm taking off one piece of the template, very easily slides off. And I'm using the half guard here in the closed position, and I just do the same exact thing. This self haircutting template has a nice shape here for fading. It also has a flat side and a round side, depending on how you want to shape up your neckline, if you don't want to fade it out and you just choose to shape it up. And I'm just going up to the brim here. And my hair in particular, I have a cowlick in the back there, so it's hard to get rid of. I have to go in all different directions, as you see. Chances are your hair will be a lot easier to fade. But you see already a smooth transition. Now opened lever position. And I'm just going a little bit higher here. Fast forwarding this part, you get the idea now. I'm going to do the same thing with the number 1. Closed position, about another inch up. Just adjust the band. And if you keep doing this, you end up with your fade. I'll show you here step by step how the fade comes along. It's really a foolproof way to cut your hair in the back. You don't need any assistance. You see the fade is coming along nicely. One helpful tip here is that I'm holding a handheld mirror, and behind me is a large mirror, much easier to see that way. Next, I'm opening the lever on the number 1 guard. Go up about another inch. So with this step here, you could see there's still a bit of a line, which means I shouldn't have opened the lever all the way. I probably should have went midway. I'm going to correct this at the end with touch-ups. Here's a number 2 in the short position. About another inch up. Maybe an inch and a half. When you get to the number 2 guard, 2, 3, 4, it's much easier to fade. There's number 2. and here's 2 in the long position. Now this 2 in the long position is going to blend really easily into the 3 that we already set up at the beginning of the haircut. And now, as I mentioned, I have to go back with the 1 just a little bit to knock out that line. So, rule of thumb here is the more carefully you can go up with the increments, maybe half a notch here or a full notch there on the lever, the better the fade will be. And I will show you how I do the sides really quickly. Very easy. This is no clips in the long position. Open the lever. Next, I will take the half guard. I'm just going to do the same steps here. Closed position. And I'll go up only about 1/4 of an inch. See how it's already fading out? And I also go into my beard a little bit to reverse fade my beard. See, I'm just going up about 1/2 an inch. It's already starting to fade. And same with the beard. Now opened, also with the half. Just flick out. Up and out is the way you want to go. As you go up, you want to flick out. And that makes for a better fade. Number 1, closed. I'm going to go up just about another 1/2 an inch to fade into the hair on top. Now opened with number 1. Same grades that we did on the back. See how I flick up and out. And that fade is already coming along very nicely. And finally a number 2, closed. And that will fade into the 3 that we initially did at the beginning of the haircut. Same on both sides. And this shouldn't take you too long. Perhaps if it's your first time, it'll take a little bit longer. But self haircuts are not as difficult as they seem, especially not if you have the correct products. And I'm going with the number 2 along my beard. And I'll just show you quickly how I trim up here. I'm using the Tips for Clips trimmers. And just shape along. Makes for a cleaner look. Nothing to it. I have several beard videos out if you need to see slower step-by-steps. But I just go for a natural look, touching up the edges with this T-edge trimmer, lightening up my mustache, shaping around my neckline, and also trimming around the mustache area. Just want to get any excess stray hairs. Makes for a more polished and neat look. Next, we're going to shape up the neckline, which is typically the hardest part of the haircut. But since we already faded out the bottom, we won't have to touch the bottom or make a line there. We just want to make 2 straight lines along the sides of the back, because we've already faded out the bottom, thanks to the template that we've used. And you see, once you make those lines, it really defines the fade that you already have. Makes the haircut really come together. You'll see it here as well. I'm not ambidextrous, but I'm using my left hand here, just is a little bit easier. Take your time here, get used to the mirror effect and how when you move one way, it seems like you're moving the other way. And then I just run my hand through my hair, see whatever's extra long, brush my hair a bit to try to get it into the shape that I want. Nothing really to it. You could tell what's especially long, and you can't really mess this up because your hand is there to guide you along the way, so you're not going to cut your hair too short. And that's really all there is to this haircut. I am not performing any TV magic here. I'm simply going to wash my hair and brush it, and you'll see the final product in just a second. Figure out whichever hair paste or glue or gel works best for you. And this is a reminder of what we started out with. And here is the final result of our self haircut. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment. All the links to the products that I've used in this video are below, and I will see you at the next video.